All right, everyone. It looks like we're going to go ahead and get started here. Thanks for joining us for our Google Keep webinar for Lori Yeager. No real announcements. This is our last webinar for this week. We're going to have the updated calendar coming out this week, or towards the end of this week, I should say. So keep an eye out for that. Be sure to say hello in the chat for attendance purposes so we know that you're here, and at any time during the presentation, if you have any questions, please pop them in the chat, and Lori and myself will be there to address any questions that you might have. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Lori Yeager to talk about Google Keep.
Hi, I'm Lori Yeager. I'm a member of the Model Schools team here at the MORIC. Thank you for joining us for another in our technology integration webinar series. I'm here today to talk to you about using Google Keep to help you and your students stay organized. Google Keep is a Google app that allows you to create and share notes, lists, and reminders. You can also add images, voice notes, drawings, and all kinds of things. Each note resembles an online sticky note that can be customized and shared. Google Keep is available to install on your Chromebook from the Chrome Web Store, and is also available for mobile devices such as your iPhone or Android phone. Then you're able to synchronize your notes between all of your different devices. Then there's also a Google Chrome Keep extension that we'll talk about a little bit later. So in my Chrome browser, I can access Google Keep by going to my waffle. Usually have to scroll down into the More section, but here's my Google Keep icon. It's the gold one with the little light bulb on it. I click on that to launch my Google Keep. And if I want to take a note, I just place my cursor in the take a note box here at the top, give it a title, Things I Learned During Quarantine. If I can spell quarantine. And start typing my notes. How much I miss my hairdresser. Then I can color code my note to help in organizing the notes visually on my page. Now you can also create notes with images as the header. These images I actually created in Google Drawing, but I'm going to show you a web page where you can create some cute images that you could use for headers. Let's see how you'd go about adding an image as a header to your note. You'd go right here to the New Note with Image icon, click on that, navigate to where our image is stored. Grab that image. And voila, here is where I can make notes about my first period class. Now, I mentioned that I'd show you a site where you can make some cute images like this very easily. And that website is called Photofunia. Photofunia, Funia.com. So if I came here and I did a quick search for text effects, I have a number of different templates you can use to create your own cute little header, like I did with the watercolor text. So all I have to do is click, enter my own text, go, and it'll place my text into that template, and then I can download it to use as a header for one of my notes. And there are all kinds of different fun text effects that you can create here at Photofonia. So you've seen how we could use color coding and putting special images at the top of our note can help us to organize them. But another way to organize your notes is by adding labels. Along the side here are all the labels that I've created, all the different categories that I've created for organizing my notes. So if we go back into the note I created here, and we go to the three dots here and go to Add Label, we can add a label. If we wanted this to show up with our other class notes, check the little box for that. Or if we wanted to create a brand new category, a brand new label, we would just enter that here under Enter Label Name. And voila, this one will now be filed with the others under class notes. Now you can also use Google Keep to create a checklist or to-do list. Here in the Take a Note box, we click here on the new list option. It's going to automatically create a list with checkboxes for us. So I want to create a daily to-do list. Email. I can list all the items that I want, and then as I work my way through completing those items, I can check them off, and I like that it moves them to the bottom of the list, crossed off, under a heading called Completed Items, so I can see that they're done, but they don't go away completely from my site. So Google Keep also gives you the ability to create notes with drawings. So if we click here on the little paintbrush icon, it will open up an interface where, especially if we have some kind of touchscreen device that we could use with a stylus, we can work through an equation, draw a diagram, etc., applying different types of backgrounds, like graph paper or dots or lines, if they would be helpful. I'm going to try to write my name. I'm doing it with the mouse. It didn't come out too bad. And when I'm done, click the back arrow here. And I've got a note created to which I can add a title and further description and have that be part of my Google Keep. Another way that you could use the drawing option in Google Keep, here I've taken a screenshot of the paragraph that I want to annotate on. All I need to do is click on it. Click on the little pen over here. It says Edit Drawing. And now I can use the various tools across the top of the screen to annotate on this paragraph. You can also use Google Keep to set up reminders. If we click on Take a Note, it opens up, and one of the icons we have along the bottom here is Remind Me. Whatever we put in here for the title and note, we can set it to automatically pop up and notify us based on later today, tomorrow, next week. You can pick a specific date and time, and you can even attach it to a particular location. That option, of course, would be most applicable if you were operating this on your phone, but then it would use your location to trigger the notification of the reminder. Another neat feature of Google Keep to share, if you've inserted an image into your note, and then go to the three little dots here, you can choose Grab Image Text, and it will automatically detect text within your image, convert it to text here in your note. So a great way to be able to take a picture of a poster you see, grab a meme online, and then not even have to retype it if you want to use that information somewhere. Pretty cool, huh? And as with other Google products, Google Keep also includes a collaboration feature, where if maybe you're working on a project and you have a checklist of items that you need to work on, you can add collaborators by going here to the collaborator icon, the little person with the plus sign next to them. Click on that. See the people I'm collaborating with already here, and add additional email addresses of people you want to add. Click Save, and this note now shows up in their Google Keep, and you can work on it together. So another feature of Google Chrome that I wanted to share was the Google Keep Chrome extension. It allows you to save various items to your Google Keep notes, such as web links and images, as you're searching the web through your Chrome browser. So with the Google Keep Chrome extension installed, you'll have the little Google Keep icon up here in your toolbar. And let's say I am researching for a project in science on the circulatory system. I find this website that I would like to store for the future to use in my report. I can actually highlight some information that I find useful on the site, like what the circulatory system is and what does it do. Then go up, click on my Google Keep extension. It automatically creates a note with a link to this website. It includes the information that I highlighted in the page in the note, and then I can also tag it with science project so that I'm gathering all of my resources into one category that I can refer back to when I'm further along in my project. And it does not appear that I can spell science, but I think you get the idea. And with the Google Keep extension installed, if I find a graphic that I would like to save for my research project, I can right-click on it, and you'll see that in my menu, I now have a Save Image to Keep. Pops it up, includes it with the other information that I have tagged here. And it's now available back in my Google Keep notes for reference when I'm actually creating my report on the circulatory system. It appears that the right-click menu wasn't showing in my previous little clip there, so I'm going to show you here that when you right-click on the image, you do have as one of your choices now a Save Image to Keep. That will allow you to save that image into your Keep notes. And a wonderful thing about Google Keep is how well it integrates with other Google applications like Google Docs. So say I've collected my resources on the circulatory system. Now I'm ready to write my report. I open up a document, click on my Google Keep icon, and I can drag right from the Google Keep sidebar here information that I've saved in my notes so that image and text that I saved from the website are readily available to me, and I can easily drag and drop them right into my report. It includes the website that it came from so that I can properly annotate that information, and includes not only the image but also that text that I had captured. This great little GIF from Casey Bell at Shake Up Learning shows the integration of Google Keep with Google Docs, where you can drag a paragraph over, you can grab a list and it comes over as bullets, and you can drag over images from your Google Keep into your Google Doc. So Google Keep also integrates quite nicely with Google Slides. So if I'm preparing my presentation and I've organized my thoughts ahead of time in Google Keep, I can click on the little icon in the sidebar here for Google Keep, pull up the notes that I've organized ahead of time in Google Keep, and then either by clicking on the three little dots here and saying Add to Slide, or just clicking and dragging on my Google Keep note and dropping it into my slide, I can very quickly and easily copy that information right into my slide. And then this is another graphic from Casey Bell showing how nicely Google Keep integrates with Google Slides. So you can outline your presentation in Google Keep, and then click and drag to add content in. If you use a blank slide, then it automatically makes the title of your Google Keep note the title on the slide, and the note becomes the text in the body. So remember as a student how much you enjoyed getting a sticker on your paper from your teacher. So I saved a bunch of graphics. I think some of these were ones I found online. I've also got some templates for ones you could create of your own in Google Drawing. But when you are reviewing your students' work and you want to provide them with some fun feedback, I click on my Google Keep icon here, do a search for stickers, so it pulls up those things that I have in my stickers folder. Oh, and I actually have some Bitmoji stickers too. You can click on one of these, drag it onto your student's paper, and put a nice little sticker of feedback for them on their Google document. And I mentioned using Bitmoji stickers. Now, some of you may not be able to install the Bitmoji extension on your district issued device. But if you have Bitmoji on your phone and you install the Google Keep app on your phone, you could save your Bitmojis to your Google Keep, and that would give you a way to then be able to access them and utilize them on your computer without actually having to have the Bitmoji extension installed on your district device. That idea I give credit to my colleague Heather Schaefer for mentioning on Facebook. And if you have a Google Note that is starting to get a little bit lengthy, and you think that maybe it needs to be its own Google Doc, you just click on the three little buttons for more, click on Copy to Google Docs. It automatically copies the information over for you. Gives you an option to open Doc, and you'll see that it's taken the title of your Google Keep note and made it the title of your document and copied all of that information you had in your note right over into that doc. If you have Google Keep installed on your phone, you can record a voice memo. Go to Google Keep, click on the plus sign, click on the little plus sign above the keyboard, click on recording, and then start recording your voice memo. Note to self, buy milk on the way home. It not only saves the recording itself, but also transcribes what you said so that you have both in the note. Feature that I want to make sure that I share about Google Keep is its search function. When you get a fairly lengthy list of notes going, such as I have here in my Google Keep, you may find it difficult to find specific notes when you start to go looking for them. But we click here in the search bar. We can, of course, search by any keyword we want, but then they've got a number of other search capabilities. You can search by the type of note, like lists, those that include images, those that are recordings that you've done via the mobile app, drawings that you've created. Of course, all of the different labels that you've applied to your notes that you've created. Those that they can see are specifically related to topics like places. Those that you're collaborating on with other specific individuals, or even ones that you've color-coded. So, great way to be able to search and find that specific note you need when you're looking for it. You could use the autodraw.com website to be able to draw an object you're then presented with a variety of examples of what you might have been trying to draw. I did want the fish. And if I come here to share, I can now right-click on my image and save it to Google Keep. So let's say I'm viewing a Google document that's been shared with me. There's a specific piece that I want to take note of for later. I can highlight the information in the Google document, right-click on it, click on Save to Keep, and it will make a Google Keep note out of just that specific information. I wanted to share this infographic from Casey Bell, that Google guru that I'm so fond of, that has the website at Shake Up Learning. She has 15 different that students and even teachers might be using Google Keep, from time management and to-do lists to that bookmarking feature I showed you using the Keep Chrome extension, making lists of various things and reminders, making notes about classes, managing projects, with the ability to share your notes with other Google users, organizing ideas for Genius Hour project, tracking learning goals, doing research note cards like we used to do in the olden days, index cards, reading logs, doing annotations and illustrations using the drawing feature, setting up daily habits and task notes, doing those group projects, using that option on mobile devices for doing the voice notes, and using notes for journaling. But then you can easily either turn into documents or copy into documents. All kinds of great ways you can use Google Keep for your own use or with your students. So that wraps things up for today. Hope you've enjoyed learning about Google Keep and find some of the techniques I've shared to be useful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself or one of my colleagues, and hope to see you again in another of our webinars. Bye-bye now.
Alrighty, thank you, Lori. I apologize. It looks like my video might be frozen up here a little bit. But like Lori said, we're going to hang out here in the chat for a few minutes for any questions that you may have. So feel free to pop them down in the chat when you're ready to go. And if not, be on the lookout for moric.org/PD for our sessions that are coming up next week. And we hope you have a great rest of the week, and we hope to see you again sometime soon.